Hi everybody, I would like to show you today PIC microcontrollers that I'm using in my projects. I would like to show you differences between these microcontrollers, and it will be easier for you to choose in the future which microcontroller to use. In tutorials on the internet you can find loads of information about how to create programs in assemblers, C and other compilers. Most of the people recommend PIC16F84. It is a very simple microcontroller to learn. I mean, it has a couple of features. It's quite simple. Basically, you can buy them on eBay and maybe on some kind of markets, electronic markets, where people are selling them. Most of the time, you can choose similar products to learn. They are quite handy for small devices, and basically this microcontroller is working up to 4 megahertz. 4 megahertz. There are also a newer version of this microcontroller, which is 16F628, and it supports bigger memory, flash memory. It's working up to 20 megahertz. Also, it's almost exactly the same like the previous one, but it is newer version, and tutorial also describes these types. Normally you can find on the internet difference between of these two, and you will see that loads of people are recommending this one to use because it's probably the most common microcontroller for beginners. Second one that I would like to show you is middle range PIC controller, which is 18F2550, and this microcontroller is it has more input and output pins. Also supports up to 40 megahertz oscillator. Supports also USB, and more RAM than previous ones that I showed you. More flash memory. Basically you can use them for example in projects to build your own devices with USB. They are used in PIC programmers. So these chips, these ones, are used in PIC programmers. So also the second one that I was going to show you, another one that I was going to show you is extended version of the previous one that I showed you, which is this one is 18F4550. Also supports USB. It has much more memory, flash memory, RAM, and there is more input and output pins. Basically you can use it in almost exactly the same way like this one. They are exactly the same, but difference is that it has more flash memory, supports exactly the same clock. Input and output pins are this one has more, of course, you can see. So basically to create some kind of projects, depending on how many devices you would like to connect. For example, some kind of LCD, keypad, or other devices. You have to, dependent on how many devices you want to connect, you can choose from between this and this, dependent on, like I said, how many devices you would like to connect. The last one that I bought recently, it is 18F6585 microcontroller. It has about 51 or 52 input and output pins. It doesn't support USB, but it's quite handy. It supports a couple of protocols, LAN, CAN, SPI, a couple of other ones that you can find also on the internet. It is basically, maximum speed for oscillator is about 40 megahertz. So it's quite handy when you try to put into socket. It's much easier to put into some kind of PCB board. These ones probably you would have to use some kind of ZIF or some kind of sockets to put into on the PCB board. This one, it has its own socket. It's a little bit easier to put on the PCB board. What I was going to say also, so for example, if you have loads of external devices that you would like to connect, you can use this one because it has loads of input and output pins. All of them I forgot to mention about all these microcontrollers supports. You can connect, for example, to your own computer through the RS232, the COM port, you know what I mean? So you can send data through this, and plus these ones supports USB. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that next time I will show you some kind of devices. I have more of these microcontrollers. You can buy them, like I said, in the shops or on the internet. It's quite good hobby too, especially when you're have your own devices, small, some kind of LCD display or some kind of a I don't know, some kind of devices that are recording something or sending data to computer, or you can create your own programs that are connecting to these microcontrollers through the COM port. And I hope that this will a little bit let you choose between which microcontroller choose in your work with PCB boards. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Thanks. Bye bye.